Up, guys?
Hello.
It's Icky and I got Min with me, and you are watching the Catalyst Show. What's up? So, I've actually had people ask me, what is it like working with your spouse? And for the longest time, couldn't really imagine it, to be honest. And when we were starting out as careers, and we were talking about doing businesses, about potentially working on stuff together, at that time it sounded like a complete disaster.
Yes.
Sounded like it would be a complete disaster. So I thought that I get Min on board. This is my special guest.
For those of you who don't know, I'm his wife.
Yeah, this is.
You didn't even introduce me.
Everybody knows.
Nobody
she's
knows.
my wife.
No.
Yes, who doesn't know? If
Hi,
you don't
everyone.
know, write a comment. Hi, what's up? If you guys just tune in, just say hello. Say hello so I know who you
Give
are.
me a heart.
Yeah.
Show us your heart.
Because sometimes it doesn't pop out like who's watching. So if you guys like just tuned in, just say hello.
Yeah.
So that we know that you're there. Not too sure. But yeah, this is my special guest. My special guest is my spouse, and we're talking about what's it like to work with your spouse. Alright, so as of now, we've been working together how long now?
I think officially,
Yeah.
I've joined the company for about four and a half months.
Yeah.
But
Since March,
I've been helping you out, sort of.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Throughout the years, ever since you started doing this on your own. But this year January maybe, I started working
Heavy
like
this
really
year.
working with you. Yeah.
So I mean, like, just a bit of background. I used to work for a company. I mean, I was an employee, and Min was a makeup artist. She was also working for another company. She was taking care of a family business, and so we always kind of did our own thing.
Yeah.
And at that time, we really felt like this is the best way to do it. You know, to kind of like manage your own thing. Nanti akan jadi macam takut jadi drama ke, you know, things get heated up, or you know.
Yeah, and that's very much due to our personality. Hi, Mia.
Hi Mia. Hi Mint. What's up?
Yeah, so no, I think the whole macam takut gaduh and all that is memang due to our personalities. Like, we're both
Kuat gaduh.
both kuat gaduh. We're both like, I don't know if you're like the dominant one. I guess you are the dominant one.
Yes.
But I'm also
Vision.
like so crazy stubborn. So that's also why we used to fight so much. I don't think we fight as much anymore.
Yeah.
But that was the main problem, because we were fighting so much.
Hi Shah.
Hi, Sha.
Hi Lawrence.
Hi.
Yeah, we were fighting so much even when we were not working together.
You know, when we were not working
Even
together.
when we were not working together, because I remember I was like helping you out with like your makeup stuff, and we always argued, macam give input, and you know like.
Oh, and it will always get heated up, and then it'll turn into this huge argument, and then it gets dragged on. So that was always a problem. So I think we always thought that it was best to just do our own thing.
Hi Fiza.
Hi, Fiza. Alah, ada gila. Comel je.
So I mean, I guess for a long time kita orang tak boleh nak imagine to doing this together lah. Hi Shamim.
Hi,
Thank you so much
Shamim.
for your knowledge. I really appreciate it. Kawan
Yes,
Titannya.
thank you.
Sangat hebat, tapi so nice and help me out
So
all the time.
kind,
Thank
yeah.
you. Hi. Yeah, so that's why, like, I mean, ideally when I started this out, I always felt like Min would be a great help for me. I really memang rasa macam kalau Min ada tu, I can really go to the next level. I can really work well with her because of her strength. Dia memang power. Cuma
Apa yang
power in her own way lah. I mean, we complement each other kan. Cuma dia takut tu ialah takut macam mana kalau kita tak boleh nak work together. What if kalau macam kita selalu argue and always fight, and what it's like kalau we actually do it. But I always knew that she's, you know, she compliments me very well on the things that I'm not as good at. So that was always like the thing that's why, I mean, among other things, it took me like a few years just to recruit my own wife. Just nak dapat my own wife to masuk my own agency pun took me a couple of years kan.
Tak nak.
Kan. Bukan senang tau. Other people already do a couple of appointment, do a couple of interviews kan. Kita do a bit filtering, ada some exams ke, apa benda kena jawab, dah boleh masuk. My own wife nak siding bukan main lama, nak siding kan. Finally, barulah we figured that it was a good time, and I think it also happened at the right time. Sebab kita pun ada huge transition lah. You know, kita transition pergi ke Penang, lepas tu transition balik ke KL, lepas tu transition ada anak. And Min was taking care of Mariam seorang for about a year plus. Hi Mami, how are you? Hi Amma.
Hello.
Hi Puan Nick. Hey Rafiq.
Thank you for giving your likes.
Hi Sabira. Say hello if you're here, man. Sometimes I can't see that. It doesn't really pop up. Hi Johan. So it also happened at the right time, I think, because kalau if it happened a little earlier, then it might have been a little too stressful, huh?
Oh yeah, I couldn't deal with you.
What do you mean?
No, I mean, when we first got married, all we did was fight.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
We fought so much. And then, I don't know, I will keep on saying that the main problem and why we never dared to work with each other was because of how much we fought, and we needed to like work those kinks out before we could even think of working together. But when we got married, I think we've always, because we're like best friends. I don't know, he's like my best friend.
That's
so
why you fight so much.
probably, yeah.
Sahari, Sakush.
So like if it's your best friend, you kind of want to be with each other all the time.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel. Like I want to be with you every day. I wish I could be with you every day, but we also fight so easily.
Aida.
Hi.
Aisha. Yeah, we fight so easily.
Yeah, and
last time even worse.
Last time, yeah. So, but we always wanted to do something together. We didn't know what it was. We were hoping to one day maybe start a business together, but business apa nak buat pun masa tu we weren't sure. So I think the whole process took us years before we could even feel like this thing is possible.
I mean, Miss always helped me lah. Macam even when I want to do stuff and nak buat some kind of program I want to do, whatever I want to do, I always bounce my ideas off with her. And Min always calls me on my bullshit. Like, you know, if that's not great, she's always telling me like, yeah, you know, you sound boring
You
here.
suck.
You suck. You know, it's not a great picture. You look unflattering. So you know, I've always appreciated that lah. So it's just finding the right dynamics kan. And so finally you took the bullet, and I think it was a good time sebab masa tu pun you were losing your mind jaga Mariam seorang kat rumah. And then you know the reason why kita boleh buat video ni sekarang ni pun disebabkan Mariam dah tidur. Mariam sleeping inside. Yeah, we're responsible parents.
So if any time I have to run off, it's because of her.
We're responsible parents. She's not crawling there. She's not. She's sleeping in the room.
Yeah.
Sup Emma? Hi Aizuddin.
Hi.
Kan. So yeah, in you know, like she was like kind of like old enough where we were comfortable enough that kita dah ada spend enough time with her, and dia pun dah grow enough. So sebab awal sangat nak hantar dia pun we were a bit worried. So I think it was a good time that you spend, so that you pun tak rasa that, you know, like you didn't spend enough time. And I think it was like, alright, that's just enough time, and now we can send her to daycare and then kind of like work on this together. So she was at a different phase of her life, and I think we came together at the right time. Yeah. So just to tell you guys what's the dynamics, right? Because like for me, because I'm running a team, I'm running my own insurance agency. If you guys don't know, so I'm running an insurance agency with like my team members lah, of course. So the like my main role, apa yang I buat, kerja yang paling core ialah untuk help my team members make money. That means if my team members make money, I also make money. Jadi kena always help them in terms of training, in terms of monitoring. So the two core things that I buat ialah training and recruitment. Because I need to make sure that they have the right tools, kan, pergi join field work ke, ikut diorang pergi jumpa clients ke, things like that. Jadi sambil that happens, you know, kita ada clients for all these years kan, that we build up. Jadi for me to juggle that, it was getting tougher and tougher lah. Sebab kita ada yang personal cases yang kita nak jaga, my clients yang kena jaga, and on top of that nak kena jaga orang lain punya ni. And so I think I really needed Min at that point, because in order for me to be able to segmentize apa yang I buat ni, at least dia ada. And now Min is basically my sales manager lah. And she handles like the sales related stuff, everything yang in terms of like servicing ke ataupun dealing with the clients ke. This is the person, and you know, I dare say she does it better than me, kan. orang lagi suka dia. I don't know why. Shit, I don't know. What's up, Izwan? Hi,
That's not
Azam.
true. Come on.
Hi, Zaini. What's up, man? What's up, brother?
Hello.
Kan?
So I think like me coming in also was because my part being the sales manager was needed.
Yeah.
You were kind of losing your mind handling everything on your own. So this also wouldn't have happened if you didn't already progress to a certain state.
Yeah.
If we were to both start together, I think we'd both be like, what are we supposed to do?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Because I mean, I was feeling like a big responsibility as a manager sebab bila kita cakap dengan orang tentang this career, kita cakap tentang you punya career progression, we will be there for you, we will support you. Kita pun rasa macam obligated lah. I mean, for me, I really feel obligated and I really feel a big sense of responsibility to make sure that my team members do well. And because lots of them macam they leave their jobs, they datang and buat sebagai full time, and then they really fully nak commit pada benda ni. Jadi kalau I don't give them the right tools, if I don't give them the right support, I feel macam rasa ni lah. But at the same time, kita also responsible to our client. So that's why I guess out of necessity and the right time of our life, benda ni berlaku. So dah berlaku ni, mana awal-awal tu memang sangat risau. Like, how's this gonna work? Are we gonna go to work together all the time? Adakah kita akan always together? Adakah it's like, you know, am I gonna drive her crazy?
Are we gonna be apart after this?
Yeah.
Because now you're handling your team and I have to handle sales.
Betul.
Yeah.
Hai, Cik
Hi,
Min.
Mami.
Hai, Manisa, Zamzuri. Tuan Zam. Okay. Kan, so macam mana? Adakah kita akan too much of each other, then we hate each other ke? Ataupun too little that kita macam rasa macam frustrated ke kan? So now I think it's a good time to really like reflect back sebab Min joined me in officially lah kan, when she started doing all this thing, got contracted semua is in March, and Min also is part of the Elite Academy. Jadi dia pun ada dia punya responsibilities yang dia kena fulfill. Dia kena go for the trainings lah, because it's a very comprehensive punya program. So they want to make sure you ada the right trainings and all the structure. So she also has to commit to that. So it's bukannya macam just follow me everywhere kan, sebab dia kena buat apa yang dia kena buat, and I kena buat apa yang kena buat kan. So now daripada March, April, May, June, July, August Oh my god, it's 6 months.
Oh my god, it's 6 months.
March, April, May, June, July, August. 6 months.
6 months already, my
I guess
god.
good time to reflect back.
Hi,
Sup Keng, Sup
Keng.
Irza kan. It's a good time to reflect in 6 months. So what is it like working with your spouse? That's what we want to talk about, right? What is it like?
Let's get to it.
What is it so far? How has it been? How's it been for you?
It's been so freaking awesome.
Not too bad.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's been so awesome, and I think
Hi,
that.
Azrin, thank you.
Hi.
Yeah, it's true. I agree.
Apa dia cakap?
I mean, working with your spouse can be great.
Or
sucks
sucks.
big time. So
Depends on your spouse.
we are finding out now. Kan? So
Finding out now what?
now, like you know, like what's it like? Because we didn't talk about what we're gonna talk about. We're just gonna discuss it. So now I'm gonna find out how she feels about it, and apparently she likes it. So
I do like it. Like I honestly feel like we're living a dream. This is our dream. We always talk about this. Let's do something together. Let's do something together. But we didn't know what it was.
yeah.
So now we found it and we're doing it. And it's not always easy. You know, we have tough times. We still fight. We still argue. But I think working out the kinks before diving into this journey was fundamental. Yeah. We needed to work out the kinks.
Yeah, I mean, like lot of discussion, lot of communication. Kena betul-betul be on the same page and talk it out lah kan. Sebab kalau macam as we drift and then buat hal sendiri, kalau kita tak touch base with each other atau discuss, so nanti akan macam salah faham. Macam we even have like a calendar now. Like if I have something I can tag her in the calendar. So that we know that okay, dia ada disappointment ke, ada this thing ke, so that we know how to plan it out.
That's true, because we used to fight about that. So even when I first started joining him pun,
Lukman ni another power couple.
Wow.
You guys also my idola. Dua-dua couple yang sangat hebat.
Wow.
You saying?
No, so like even when we tried doing this at first together, like we had to work out some more kinks. Like the whole macam organising and making sure that I know what you're up to and you know what I was up to. Because we were fighting about that. So I'm like, how come you didn't tell me? You were supposed to tell me. I'm like, I forgot, blah 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 kan. So our schedules were a bit like macam haywire. And then you started the Google Calendar.
Google Calendar is so awesome.
Yes.
If you guys don't know, Google Calendar is awesome, man. I mean everyone knows. I'm just late to the party.
I didn't know.
So like, it helps with our scheduling and all that lah. And yeah, I think that we kind of transition well into it. Macam manage each other's expectations. Some days we go to the office separately. Maksudnya Min ada program dia and I have my program untuk hari tu. So kita go separately walaupun to the same place, and then we do our own thing lah. So planned out. Like for me also, like it's been a huge relief. I mean this year has been a great macam fundamental punya growth for the team. Great dari segi nak set up the structure. Thank you so much, team leadership power. Aiman.
What did Visa say?
Shah.
Yeah, we were there.
What are you talking about? What argument? That's no argument. We're always happy forever. Kan? But yeah, I mean for me, I appreciate it, and I appreciate her so much more now. Macam walaupun like we've known each other since like 2010 kan?
Almost 10 years.
Almost 10, like 9 years now, and I just learn new things about Min all the time, and I appreciate her so much more. Bila kita work together, and I mean insurance it's not for everyone. It's not an easy business where it works for everyone. And memanglah the payout is good, the payoff is good, tapi it's you need to approach it the right way. Kita kena ada high energy and stuff like that kan. So just to see Min and her transformation and how they handle this so well, I've been so macam proud, sangat-sangat proud for what she's achieved. And I think the sweetest moment so far for me is like for us to qualify for the same trip. Because there's trips that you can qualify for, and like when we qualify for the same trip, we're going to Jeju together kan, which I feel macam like wow, it's we're working together and we get to go to the same place together.
Yeah, so like we both have the exact same goals.
Yeah.
And we get to go for it together, so it's a great feeling.
Yeah.
And also like seeing your spouse in their working element, like seeing him being his trainer self that I didn't get to see all this while. All this while was just you coming home and then you're my husband, right? But this is seeing you like in your element. This is what you do all this while. So that's a side of you that I never got to see. And I think you also seeing me in action doing my thing, you also never really saw that. So we learned something completely new about each other this year. And you're right, it's made me appreciate you so much more, and I think our relationship is like on another level now. So I like have the utmost respect for couples who work together.
Yeah. That's true.
Because it's not easy.
Lokman tadi, like I really appreciate it so much more, because now we know macam
what it takes.
Because like how do you switch off? You don't know when to switch off, right?
And sometimes we don't switch off.
Sometimes you don't switch off. Like sometimes kita kononnya ada family dinner ke apa kan, atau Wichita dia kan.
Switch off.
I do. I switch off when I sleep.
When I tell you to.
For 2 hours, then I wake up again. Then I switch on. But like kita ada Mariam kata kita pergi. But sometimes it's hard to like, okay, do we talk about work? And sometimes like the other person macam kita tak tahu whether it's the right moment. How do you switch from being like working together to like a husband and a wife? And it's hard to draw the line, So I think what also we've been trying to identify, macam sometimes we just need a break. Like that day kita just decided, you know what, let's just cut off and let's go to Genting for a couple of days, like just for
that was one day.
That's one day.
We got one day of break.
But macam it's just to take a breather kan, because I think it was like a busy time for both of us. Nak pergi jauh-jauh pun macam tak sesuai masa. Jadi just curi masa kejap. One day just did like a day trip just to cut off, and we didn't work that day. We didn't talk about work that day.
We didn't really check our phones either.
Just to be a family, be a couple, and be on the same page. So definitely sangat-sangat admire orang yang boleh work together as husband and wife, because it's still ongoing. It's only been 6 months.
It's still very much a work in progress. Because I'm pretty sure we can do so much better than this, and we can work more efficiently. It's like, I don't know, sometimes we still get emotional. I mean, we're only humans. But I think after a while we're going to be like on the exact same wavelength, and then it'll be good.
I really appreciate dapat like build this thing with Min, and I don't know, I'm a bit boring that way. I'm like I'm very long term. I'm always thinking about macam dia nak create like a good systems for the thing operate, so that it's gonna be like, I'm always like very very long term kan, and so I feel like Min was a fundamental part of me being able to make this long term. She was a fundamental part of me being able to sustain in the long run kan. So this year is about sustainability. This year is about creating the right culture, the right base. So even like with the, like right now, alhamdulillah, I finally got like a new PA after a while. Sebab masa tu pun trauma nak ada PA, because I've had two before and didn't work out, you know. And my mentor always say macam, kalau my staff don't work out, is it their fault or is it my fault kan? Because I'm the one who hired them kan. So I found someone who macam ada experience. She has 10 years experience. So I feel like things are coming together. So macam dia pun dah ada experience, dia dah boleh handle clients. So it's a easy transition. Cuma nak tengok working culture together. So itu dah song settle. I'm getting someone to help me manage other aspects of the business. And so now Min is helping me with the sales portion. So things are coming together, and my like long term punya plans is in part, you know. So of course there's always gonna be pros and cons. Some things might be slow down bila kita nak chase benda ni. But being with someone that I can trust, someone that I can bounce ideas with at all times, priceless, man. Hi CC, Nolinda, Mark, how you guys
so,
doing?
I don't know, any of you are thinking of doing something with your spouse?
Any of you working with your spouse?
Or any of you working with your spouse? And what is it like?
What is it like for you guys? You know, what has it been like? For me, the thing that I like the most is the fact that she understands. Pernah gaduh kan, macam like she doesn't ask like how my day was, for example, macam dulu kan. And these simple things like that.
You would always get upset.
Yeah, it's like never ask me how my day was. Macam sometimes I have like super intense days, like super crazy days, ataupun macam I have like macam 8 interviews in a day, ataupun like back to back appointments, and it's been an insane day kan, benda kan. Balik rumah macam
Click.
You know, and you don't know, like sometimes you're excited and you just want to share about it, and you know,
then you come home and then I can't relate.
Hi Salahuddin. Hey Hafiz, how are you? Ni pun working with his spouse juga. Ni another idola kan. And
please share with us what it's like for you.
Yeah, what's it like for you, man? You lagi lama dari kita orang. Hi Zafri, Kevin. And now I don't really have to explain, because now she gets it. Like if I have an insane day or like something that's like moving very productively, and now she attends my meeting, she tells me, gives me feedback on that. So that's great. And I mean, a lot of the people that I really look up to in the industry, orang-orang yang I kenal, orang yang nampak dia dengan husband and wife kerja sama-sama, the people who do very well, lots of them are husband and wife couples. I mean not all, but tapi ada ramai yang I tengok, when they're husband and wife couples, they do very well, simply because of the reason I said just now lah. One of the couples boleh handle more of the team punya management, the other one can handle sales punya management, and mungkin seorang tu boleh tolong jaga the agents, seorang tu jaga the system. It complements each other. So many that I've seen like that.
I'm scared even to think of it. I feel you. That's exactly how I felt a couple years ago. Yeah.
Man, we were super scared dulu lah.
Of each other.
Sometimes
I'm still kind of scared of you.
Sometimes walking on like thin ice, kita pun tak tahu if it's the right time or not. I mean, this is not always gonna be great lah, but I think that the payout is worth it, you know. The good times, like, you know, it's more outweigh the bad times. Kan?
But the bad times can actually be really bad.
Yeah.
And I think that now it sounds all peaches and cream and everything's great, but when it's bad, it's really bad. I think we have like to be very very honest with everyone. We have had to like sit down, like sometimes you can't choose where you end up arguing. So sometimes we argue in the car, and then we end up just like seated in the parking lot and just like crying, and like me crying and like working it out. Like let's get this over with. Let's work this out. But I think that's also how we handle things now. We try to nip it in the bud, because we can't afford to merajuk sampai the end of the day, because we have work to do.
You gotta get back to it, man.
Yeah.
It is a business. People depend on us, you know.
Yeah.
The appointments, sometimes like before appointments, it's just like snap out of it, let's go.
Yeah.
So it's that lah. And I think, you know, maybe deal with emotions better as well, kan, doing this thing.
Because you have no choice. You have no choice.
You gotta be very professional, you know, because you can't just be like, you know, switching it up whenever you feel like it. You're gonna be consistent. So is that lah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, it's just finding out a lot of things about each other lah. Eventually that we hopefully we grow to better people from this.
Yeah, the struggle is very real.
The struggle is real lah. Are you working with your spouse, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah, are you? And
Kan, tak work with your spouse pun the struggle is real.
betul. So I mean, ideally, it would be like we have our own schedules. Right now, sometimes we go with each other, kan? Ideally, we would have our own schedules. But I think what's important is to segmentize and be clear on what the roles is like for each other, and be clear macam what needs to be done, you know. So macam communication is very, very important. It's key.
I like this. Shah Baharuddin. Is this your friend?
Yes.
Okay. I'm mostly a planner and he will run for it because I'm slow to run it, very slow. So I like that because I think one thing that you need to identify as a working couple is to acknowledge each other's strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
And like be very forthright and honest about it. Yeah.
Can't have someone like macam filtering ataupun nak jaga hati ke apa.
Yeah.
Kan.
Yeah.
You gotta be very honest, especially when it's a business, kan. Kalau kita nak macam kononnya beat around the bush ataupun kononnya nak jaga hati, at the end of the day it's not good for the business. What's the point, because kita nak build something for us, for Mariam, for a family, kan, something that we're gonna build long run. So gotta be very honest lah. I mean,
sometimes it's painful to hear it from your spouse, for your spouse to not really critique but to kind of point out like, me and you're actually not very good at this. And for me to have to be like, yeah, you're right, because you need to acknowledge
it's not what
it.
you say, it's how you said it.
That's what I always say. It's true.
It's not what you said, it's how you said it.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it. I'm a firm believer of that. He's still not.
No, I mean, I believe that. It's like, sometimes I kena cakap macam, for example, this is how I would talk to my team members. And you're a team member. Right now we're talking about work, so I gotta talk to you like this because that's how I would treat all of them. So I gotta be fair. But of course, it's not fair. I mean, it's not fair for her as well because
I need that unfair advantage for being married to you.
No, I gotta get things done as well. You gotta settle some stuff in a certain way. But it's a real thing. Like, it's that kind of stuff. It's that kind of stuff that get figured out. Yeah, It's not what you say, is how you said it. Learn, guys.
It's true.
It's true.
No, like you have to be able to talk about everything.
Hi Farah.
Nicely, just do it
Selalu
nicely.
gaduh, kan?
Kau selalu gaduh. Yeah.
Kan. So macam, and sometimes it's a push lah. Sometimes when we feel down, kita ada each other, barulah kita rasa macam, oh okay, aren't you doing this thing? And we remind each other, don't you have to meet this guy? Or don't forget to call this person. Or you're supposed to follow up with this one. That one also is nice because you have like two heads thinking for you. It's different than kalau macam team members ke ataupun you punya staff ke, dia lain. Tapi bila it's a family thing, with a couple thing, you're like as close as like macam in the same head as possible. So we look out for each other for stuff like that lah.
Oh, I also want to point out something I just realised. And another reason I selalu kena kritik dengan Ikmal, kan?
Huh?
You kritik dia balik. No, I wanted to say, and this is not like a shameless plug or whatever, but I really feel in my heart of hearts, one of the reasons why we're able to work well together is because of the work that we're doing. Because previously I was doing something else and you were kind of helping out with the business, and it wasn't good because of what the business was. It was something completely different. I wasn't very passionate about it. Neither were you. So it was hard. So this thing, I think I really have to thank the insurance industry for it, for giving us this platform to be able to work together. Well, because I don't think if it was like another business, maybe like jual burger ke or buka restaurant apa, it might not be like this. It might not be this good. It might not be this smooth. But because of the platform that we have, we're just like, let's just do it. And yeah, I believe in what we do so much.
That helps a lot.
Yeah, that helps a lot too, because we both like really believe and we're both like really, really passionate about what we do. Yeah. So I don't know if it would be the same if it was another business. Which is why like sometimes we talk about it, like, oh, lepas, like, once this thing takes off, do we want to branch off to do something else? And we always go back to like, nah, this thing is pretty good.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
I said, I think sharing the same values is very important for spouses to make it work. And yeah, definitely, man. The values, kita come back to the few core things yang kita dua-dua nak and kita dua-dua crave kan.
So, because like, what if like both of you make a lot of money, and you have all your profit, and then your wife wants to do something with that profit, and you want to do something else.
Okay.
But I think for us, you're absolutely right. Like, we have the exact same values. We want to buy kind of like the same things. Yeah.
I think in terms of that, we're good. Like the thing, one of the biggest pet peeve for me is being taken for granted. I hate being taken for granted by anyone, right? So macam even like people before ke apa benda ke, because yelah, I mean sometimes when you end up with the wrong partner ke apa, benda tu might be like macam a monetary thing kan. Semua benda you take for granted, you just assume, and that's one thing that Min doesn't do. So she doesn't take that stuff for granted, which I really appreciate. And because of that also,
what he's trying to say is, I'm not a pisau cukur.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I need to cukur. But I mean, yeah, it's because of that also, it helps with our money management. Kan kita pun dapat plan things together as a family. Macam, you know, it's, yeah, that's a huge relief. I believe that value is very important.
People give me shit for it, you know. Sorry for
for
swearing. People give me shit for like not cukuring you.
That's crazy, right?
I get that all the time.
What's wrong with your girls?
No, I mean, people are like, oh, doesn't he, you know, he's doing so well now. Like, you deserve more things.
Ask him
like,
to buy this. Ask him to buy that.
Ask him to buy this. And I'm just like, but I don't want it.
Don't project your feelings towards your husband to my wife.
It hasn't really affected us lah, but I think it's kind of funny. So that is very true. I think we have the same values.
Yeah. Alif cakap.
But like a Chanel handbag would be nice though.
Yeah, you know, every time she asks for something, I'll just show her the targets, right? If you sell this many cases, you meet this many clients, you get a Chanel handbag. Okay. Congratulations!
I'm gonna get that bag with my own money.
I want it, I got it kan. See, I like it, I want it, I got it. Alif kata 3 years and Alhamdulillah still counting the blessings that's coming every second. Mula dengan kerja gila-gila, henti kerja sama-sama, dan run business without any proper plan. Yeah! Jalan je. Yeah, I mean, being together is important lah. Being together, then benda semua ni kita overcome. Of course, we can look for knowledge, kita can go for classes, kita can learn from others. But what's important, you tak boleh nak kerja gila-gila, berhenti kerja sama-sama kalau you don't have the same values.
Correct.
Yeah, because it would just be a disaster kan. Hi Linda, what's up? Hi mate. Wan Aziz, bila cakap pasal kerja, my spouse sangat particular about time. Then saya last minute person. Ini pun
kita
I get very anxious kalau macam masa dah time benda kan. I mean, it's slightly less anxious about it. So
no, I'm anxious, but I'm also I have to work on. I'm just gonna shut up, not say anything.
See,
I'm working on it.
Almost got the truth out of me.
I'm working on it. No, I really care about time. I'm just like my head just.
But I do think that you're better with it now, especially because of the program. Kalau you lambat, you tak count for attendance kan. So
yeah.
I mean so much better now. And it's always amazing, like whenever she has a class, suddenly 2 seconds boleh siap. But when it's not that,
yeah, of course. And now the work is you service people, so you gotta like extra respect other people's time.
Yeah.
So now I kunci my jam 10 minutes early, okay? So I'm 10 minutes ahead of the entire world.
Can you believe that? This lady, man. I mean, that's a big deal, like to me. Like I've seen her transform so much. It's insane. Last minute person. One more thing, yang perasan rezeki tu lebih mudah dan murah masuk sebab the husband wife bonding. Sentiasa ada ayat thank you, sorry and yes. Lebih diberkati. I believe that. Yeah, I do think that people have been more supportive towards my venture dengan apa yang I buat since Min is on board. Banyak orang yang macam bukan yang tak tahu that I've been in this business, bukan yang orang tak tahu that I've this is what I do. Tapi when Min's on board, macam they're more supportive towards it. Mungkin because we look solid together ke, tak tahu. Maybe like macam lebih boleh dipercayai. It's not like Ikmal gonna run away ke apa sebab wife dia pun ada, something like that. I don't know what it is, but I do believe that.
Yeah, I think maybe people definitely, I don't know, I think I would trust a husband and wife more than an individual.
Maybe.
Because like it's like two individuals working on the same thing, so they
Babes.
must be really serious about it.
Now all agents gonna marry each other because you said that.
They should.
They should. I actually know a couple of people yang macam met in the industry and got married.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Kan. Hi Ken, Elaine. Alamak, Elaine. Dia, Farhah, Hajar, Sarah, Kak
Wow,
Amisa.
thank you so much, guys, for
Ravindran,
joining.
Faris. What's up, guys? How you guys doing? Faris ni pun work with the wife, I think.
No.
Kan. Hello,
Ui,
Sifu. How are you?
Ozil.
Tuan Ozzy, how are you,
Segan
man?
lah pula.
Kan. So yeah, I mean it's that the challenges, there's challenges, tapi at the end of the day, if it's still worth it, if it still works out, then okay. And I think that macam dulu when we were not working together, bila kita macam give advice to each other pun, macam kita ada perasaan yang macam you don't know what I do. You tak faham. This industry bukan macam tu. Kadang-kadang kita nak bagi advice, kita nak tolong kita punya spouse kan. Kita nak macam
Oh yeah, I used to hate when you were trying to help me.
hated it, especially when he was working.
Yeah. No, I used to hate it when you were trying to advise me, because that was the feeling like macam, hello, who are you to, like, you try doing my work. So now we cannot use that excuse anymore because we're literally doing the same thing. What are you doing?
Makeup video lah.
Makeup.
Try and do your work.
Aduh.
So yeah lah, macam Min as I come back kan, kadang-kadang cakap pasal this world, how to deal with agents, how to deal with challenges lah overall kan. And Min will give advice ke macam that wouldn't work, you don't know what I do kind of thing kan, macam you know. So now it helps a lot. It helps because we are on the same page a lot better. Tak adalah macam tak dapat nak relate. But not to say macam if you don't work with each other you tak boleh nak relate. I'm just saying that macam bukannya semuanya bagus, tapi bukannya semuanya tak bagus. There's always something good and bad. And I know people who are like, who don't work together, don't have a business together pun, tapi have a very good relationship, have a supporting spouse, and that's actually one of the important things for people to succeed in this industry that I feel, macam for my team members as well.
Imran, hi.
Hi Imran, how are you? Hi Rizal. And one thing I notice is yang mana yang the spouse is supportive of dia punya, like my team members yang mana yang spouse dia supportive, spouse dia supportive, tend to do a lot better.
True.
Sebab yelah kita appointment bukannya buat macam office hours. Appointments is usually lunchtime ke, ataupun at night ke, ataupun weekends ke. Jadi if the spouse is not supportive, susah kita nak keluar, nak buat appointment, nak set that. And you know, you need to have a very understanding spouse lah. That plays a big role, and it's about that understanding. That's why even if I interview macam someone yang already married or got kids or whatever, I always want to interview with the spouse as well, sebab I nak tahu yang the spouse, you know, I want the spouse to see who they are meeting lah. Kalau dia some random guy, siapa lah yang dia join, siapa lah manager ni, asal dia macam ni, manager aku suruh buat macam ni kan. Tak, I want them to meet me. They know what I'm about. They know what plans I have for the future untuk dia punya spouse. They know that they're in good hands. Jadi dia tak adalah rasa macam benda ni scam ke, tipu ke, wife aku pergi mana malam-malam ke,
laki orang
ke. Bila understand values masing-masing, insyaAllah lebih mudah. Yes, exactly that.
Oh, that's true. So like if you don't have the same values, you have to work on acknowledging that you have different values, which is slightly tougher lah, I think.
Yeah.
But it still can be worked out. Yeah. So I think acknowledgement, empathy towards your partner.
This is that. And you know, kan kita always tend to feel macam, I don't know, I mean generally it's like people might feel like what they do is more important ke, kan, what they do is like more relevant ke. And I don't think that at all lah. Seeing Min be a mom for a year, jadi a stay at home mom, and jaga Mariam exclusively, I'm macam wow, to all the mothers out there, y'all's awesome man, superwoman, because it was hard. I feel like you think that it's harder than doing what you do now.
What do you mean?
Like being a stay at home full-time mom
It's harder
than what you're doing now.
Yes,
Kan?
100%.
It's like, yeah, I mean, Min was losing her mind at one point. Like seriously,
So so to moms who can really just do it and go all out,
100.
yeah, I like memang tabik spring to you guys. It's just the toughest job. The toughest job.
Yeah, memang gila lah. So yeah, I mean that one also is part supportive. So to respect that even if like you know the spouse is not working ke, and the other one is working, but to acknowledge each other kan, to just macam appreciate walaupun balik ke, janganlah just expect just because you're the one yang kerja, lepas tu orang nak kena tanya pasal your work, lepas tu nak kena ni, tapi nak cakap, but someone staying at home pun, they have things to say, they have the support that they need, you know, they have things to talk about, they need acknowledgement.
I remember, and this is so sad, I remember when I was staying at home.
I'm bracing myself.
I don't want to fight. And I always say that, I don't want to fight with you.
Hi Kiki, how are you?
Hi.
Hi Farah. Okay.
No, I used to, like, one of the things that made me feel really, that pushed me to join you, because I really felt, at one point I felt like I was missing out. Because you would come back and you'd be like so excited to tell me like what you did for the day, and then you'd be like, what did you do today? And I'm like, I cleaned Mariam's poop. That's all.
Macam ada some kind of bitterness juga.
Yeah, so it got to the point where there was a bit of bitterness, like, oh, how come you get all the fun? So I wanted to join in, so that's what I did. I joined in. Yeah, but and certain aspects of being a stay-at-home mom I do miss. But I think, you know, this is part of me sacrificing in order to give Mariam a better life, inshallah.
I have like newfound respect for moms when we got a baby. When we got Mariam, I have like super newfound respect for moms. So I sangat appreciate career women. In fact, like my main target, like recruit now, the person that I most want in my team are career women, because somehow they can have like 3 billion hands or something and make everything work, juggle. I used to have this ex-colleague dulu, during lunchtime dia pergi pump susu dekat nursing room, lepas tu still kill at her job, tapi kena balik lambat, tapi still kena pump juga. Lepas tu dia punya kerja ialah things yang, you know, I don't think she ever went back earlier than 8 o'clock at night, tapi still managed to make it work. So memang I have a newfound respect for career women. And so now recently actually I have more ex-career women in the team, because I tengok dia orang punya semangat lain macam. So that's the kind of people that I really love now.
Yeah, we have like, are all of us mothers? Almost all.
Many of them, yeah. Fiza, Mia,
a lot. Like majority of our team
Anis.
members are mothers, and memang kalau boleh memang nak recruit moms je, because moms punya semangat tu memang lain macam sikit.
Macam like one of the Anis kan, last month anak dia macam masuk hospital twice kot, and both at the same time, to husband. But sometimes when I call sini macam, okay, I still baru hantar anak ni pergi kat sini, lepas tu lepas ni ada appointment, I nak kena select juga ni, I nak kena chase juga target ni. Macam what? You know, like still have that desire and still be able to compartmentalize. So that's fantastic. I really like, you know, respect that. Comel korang, tapi laki memang annoy. Tapi you have a very supportive husband. I selalu baca what you tulis, macam you punya husband macam push you, one of your biggest drive, one of your biggest motivation. I appreciate that kan?
Being annoying tu.
So I mean, being annoying, tapi I think it's about you guys pun macam buat similar business kan. Dia pun in a bank atau so it's a good compliment to each other, and I think that helps a lot. Someone that can motivate us and push us to do better and better. Kan. Thank you Hafiz.
Wow, thank you so much. You guys are like writing us all these things.
My husband, joining you. Congrats.
Siti Nakia, dia buat apa?
Betul. Ni lah top top agent.
Oh,
Hebat ni.
Okay.
Say like I mean, she's always like so committed, so doing stuff. So I think that's cool.
Okay.
Oh, CWA. Okay, cool. Apa ni? Follow success people, trust the process, keep both in the positive team circle. 3 benda ni je so far. Trust the process, follow successful people. I agree that. I mean, follow successful people, part of it macam be in the right circle, cari orang-orang yang relevant. In fact, masa I nak start this business, I macam tak kenal ramai business owners sebab tak buat business sebelum ni. And most of my friends macam they don't do business. So I couldn't find like the right kind of like knowledge ke apa. That's why I joined BNI dulu. I joined BNI sebab I nak be around business people. So when I get to be around that, I can follow the success stories of orang yang buat business, and then kita ikut je. Kita ikut yang mana yang proven results, yang mana dah ada success, and we follow what they do, you trust the process and keep positive.
It's true. I think expanding your circle is very important. I'm definitely a changed person due to having a new circle and expanding it and making new friends and making friends with people who are more successful than us, so that we can learn from them, and then you keep growing. Because I think if you keep your circle very small, then you kind of tend to like just stay that way. So which was what I was kind of doing for a very long time. I was very comfortable with like my tiny circle, but he has always been very curious as a person. Memang nak cari nak cari ilmu, nak cari kawan, nak learn more things, and because of that he kind of like macam push me to do the same thing. So and that changed my life. Getting a new circle of friends. Who are positive, not just any circle of friends. Kena make sure they are positive, they are motivated, and the energy tu akan transfer to you. So I have been a happier person due to knowing all these people, and we've been blessed to jumpa orang yang sangat-sangat baik hati and like successful and always willing to give their knowledge. We've learned so much from our friends, from our business friends.
And betul. Because I mean, I read that you're the average of the people that you spend the most time with, kan? So kalau macam in that yang paling banyak tu, kita ialah yang paling yang tengah tu, itulah average dia. But if everyone let's say sort of like increases and you're at the bottom, you tend to average up lagi tinggi. Tapi if let's say you're the best and you jago kampung, then mungkin eventually you average up down. So that's the danger. But one of the advantage bila kita husband and wife, bila kita spouse, ialah kita dapat join circles.
Yeah.
And like I get to ride on her circle, ride on my circle, for that energy, for that knowledge, for that environment. That's one thing that kita dapat buat lah, because kita ada husband and wife. That's the advantage. Any advice for the spouse yang baru decide nak follow the other half, buat business sama-sama? Brace yourself. And I think jangan force until they really feel like they are at the right point of time. Macam dia kena ada buy-in. Really have to have the buy-in. Because like I said lah, I mean, I tried to get Min on board for years, man. But it just was not right. It was not the right time. It was just not the right kind of like, feeling, the right kind of mindset, kan?
Yeah, so, it's like macam I think you can feel it and you would know, especially kalau you dah kahwin for a long time. And it's also like when you wanted to get married, both of you know that it's the right time to do it. So and like macam if you want to plan for a baby, both of you would know like this is the right time to do it. And a business is kind of like a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a baby. So both of you need to be like in the right place, in your heart and your mind, and you need to be on the same page.
Ideally, yeah. So
Yeah, and it wasn't like that for us for a very long time.
Yeah.
And because it didn't feel right, we didn't go through with it. Macam I had to be honest lah. There were times when dah nak join dah ni kan, and then I'll be like I backed out because I'm like I don't think this is the right time
like
yet.
Middle of last year, it was very close. Like Min was like almost like, okay, let's do this. Tapi it didn't feel right. I think the key for me is get the buy-in. Jangan do it for the wrong reason. Jangan macam terpaksa ke terpaksa nak buat macam mana, nak support each other. But let's say macam alah, figure it out. I think it will be better kalau you dapat buy-in. Jangan expect our spouse to follow us just because kita punya business successful, ataupun kita rasa macam I dah boleh tampung lah apa you nak bayar. Why you need to work? You don't have to work. Come and work with me. Kan better grow together. Like don't assume just because you're doing better that your spouse patut ikut you. Jangan assume yang macam you have the right to do that, because semua orang ada journey sendiri, semua orang ada benda yang dia nak sendiri. Mungkin tak sehebat you in terms of sales ke apa ke, tapi satisfaction dia lain. So don't assume and don't demand that. Cuma try to get their buy-in. Cuba beritahu macam mana benda tu dapat benefit dia, apa yang bagus untuk dia. Cakap lah macam in terms of what does it mean for a future together, what does it mean in terms of kita punya growth as a couple. Benda tu lagi powerful.
And you did that a lot. Bukan sikit-sikit. Like seeding. Memang seeding. I think for the whole 2018, all he did was seed the crap out of me. Like always talking about, if you join this, it'll be so good for you because I think you're so skilled. Memang manis gila lah ayat dia.
And I meant it, okay?
I know he meant it. Like macam you have so much to give. I know you've always wanted to contribute, and this is the way that you can do it. I think you really enjoy it. And life would be so much better. We get to be together. Dia memang macam you nak jual something, so you have to say what's the benefit before you check up. Will you buy it? Do you want to buy it? Yeah.
Mulut mana? Patut join insurance.
Orang Mulut Manis yang boleh jual insurance. Mulut Masih, Mulut Masam tak boleh.
But I mean every single word. I mean, I think it comes off like it comes out when you really mean it lah. Even macam nak compliment orang ke apa kan. Kalau kita simply cakap, memang orang tahu benda tu tak betul. Tapi kalau kita really mean it, and I said that, and I spoke to her strengths. And kalau kita macam just assume yang kadang-kadang macam kita nampak dia punya strength, dia akan dapat bantu our business like that. Tapi I just, come, do it just because you know, sebab you boleh buat ni, you boleh buat tu, tapi dia tak nampak macam mana dia boleh tolong. I can see that, but if she doesn't see it, it means nothing. It just macam nanti akan ada rasa that resentment. Padahal dalam hati kita ni, you will be so good at this, I would appreciate you so much, I really need it, dalam hati. Tapi kalau kita tak verbalize, kita tak tunjuk, kita tak cakap, how she gonna know? Sebab dia pun ada hati. Dia pun nak kena pick up benda tu supaya dia boleh percaya diri sendiri, and dia pun boleh buat juga. Kan? So how has it been so far being in this, in like it's been like 6 months. How has it been so far for you?
It's been extremely rewarding, and I wouldn't go back. I wouldn't go back to not working with each other.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Thanks for being here.
Unless we somewhere along the way, we don't know. If we find something else that you like, or I find something else, but I think we'd always come back to each other. Like you're my business partner for life now, no matter what happens.
Kita bukan sahaja life planner, kita life partner. Very cliche. Sub Victor, hi Azhar, Smiley. I mean, it's like when you get so used to it kan, dia macam.
Kenapa? I'm not crying. Tak mata.
Bila kita dah biasa dan benda tu macam, tu the thing that gotta try to do is to not take that for granted. Not take it for granted lah, because now kita dah move on something together, because baru 6 months. So I try to remind myself that as well kan. Is things are just as good as long as you're still working on it. Kalau kita start to let go, start to rasa, start to macam take things for granted, that's when things will fall apart lah, I feel. So I remind myself that, and I'm very very grateful. You know, even before she joined me, macam I mean, we used to like, you know, almost every night, we talk about the things that we're thankful for. Kita cakap macam, Alhamdulillah yang ni jadi hari ni, I'm so thankful that you ada ni, thankful that ada this person, thankful that this happened, and that gratitude, like being able to bounce that off someone and someone gets it. Min used to call me a robot dulu tau. Jahat kan. She said I was like a robot, and macam kononnya aku tak ada hati dan perasaan. Padahal ada kot. Ada. Tapi I mean, she's more of like the you know, she has more heart than me lah apparently, but she just didn't see. Tapi kan, in terms of that, like supposedly a robot, but I do feel like you know,
no, it's a good thing that you're a robot. No, it's a good thing you're a robot, because he's always able to macam, okay, this is the problem, we solve it this way, like very mathematical and scientific about it. Yeah, but for me, I'm always like, I want to do that, that's the right thing to do, but I feel bad, I don't think I should do it like that, and I'm always like, I'm a very emotional person.
No.
Shut up. So I guess in that way we complement each other. So don't take it the wrong way when I say you're like a robot.
Yeah.
But then I always say it when we're fighting.
Kan, macam obviously I take it wrong when we're fighting. Tapi I do feel like macam now I'm picking up more of Min's traits, and she's picking up more of mine. And sometimes like really? She'll make a decision and do something, and I'll be like, that's so me. Kan, and it's starting to happen, and like macam sometimes, you know, I will say something and macam that's so mean. Kita dah macam jadi makin lama macam
each other.
Kan?
Lepas ni I pun botak.
Yeah, you're gonna be like more of that annoying couple, you know. Tak ada.
What annoying couple?
Tak, makin lama macam, you know, like forever
morphing into each
other. Please don't start looking like me.
Although you always wanted me to be bald, right?
Why not? Just check it out. I'll be trying again.
That's so gross.
Oh, sweet and powerful business partner. Thank you, Victor. We'll get addicted. Yeah, I think so.
Get addicted to what? Working with each other, I guess.
I think you guys pun mesti sangat happy. I'm sure that dia pun happy dapat do this together with you full time. I think it will be a good relationship. Macam, you know, you get to grow, especially since he's been pushing you and nampak you punya potential. Dia pun memang producer. So when you have something together, there's no other place to go but, you know, but better and better and better. InsyaAllah. So yeah, I mean, we're thankful. That's what I want to say. mainly I just want to say I'm thankful. Mainly that I want to say that I'm a better place right now than before. I had a great year last year. I mean, it was a fantastic year, business wise. Everything was going great, but this year is different. It feels different. It feels like macam
A new beginning.
it feels like a new beginning, yeah. Because now I have to work out something, and I nampak macam how this thing can become self-sustainable, how it can grow, you know, how the future is going to be like. I see it much clearer now. Kan daripada dulu kita nampak kita seorang je, siapa lagi nak backup and stuff like that. So I'm very thankful, very grateful, alhamdulillah. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being on this journey with me.
Thanks
for being on this video.
Thank you for believing in me.
Yeah,
somehow.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for your comments.
Yes, thank you for participating. This was really fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Thanks
fun.
for like.
Walaupun I tadi dah buang makeup and then baru dia cakap come and join my live video, I'm macam ya Allah, couldn't you tell me 5 minutes earlier?
I was gonna talk about something else, tapi since Mariam is sleeping, it's not very often that we get to, so it's like if the baby is sleeping, I got a video with me, kan? Because I always want to do a video with me, tapi finding the right time, man.
Let's do more of this.
Yeah, let's do. I mean, obviously, like.
Hope you don't get sick of looking at us.
Totally agree. This year is a different game than last year, kan? Well, it just even feels different. Kathleen's grateful to have both of you.
Thank you, Naza.
Missed you today.
Grateful to have you.
Yeah, grateful to have you. Thank you to my Kathleen's team. Love you guys so much. You guys really make me inspired to do more and more and more. And so, thank you. It's a whole thing. So I think I just heard her cry. Whatever. But thanks for tuning in. You guys take care. I hope you guys learn something. Thank you for the couples yang tadi share pasal you punya stories tu, kan?
Yes.
Trust the process, be in the right circle. Definitely that. I guess take care. If you ever think about working with your couple, get on the right mindset.
I gotta go.
Yeah, the baby's crying. The alarm clock is on.
Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. Contact us or me for any of your insurance needs.
You have like super career moms looking to do something else. Yeah, holler at your boy, man. Okay, take care. So you guys take care. Have a great rest of the week and have a great weekend. Assalamualaikum. Good night. Bye bye.
Bye.
See ya.